Good day, everyone. My name's Lorraine Lawson. I am one of the race directors for Coranda to Port Douglas. This is a quick race briefing for you so that you can be ready on Sunday. So the 3rd of October is our race day. At this stage, everything's still in place to go ahead. My telephone number's up on the screen for you. Please put it in your phone if you're a competitor, and also give that to your support crew. Heidi Sweeting is our other race director. She's going to be at the start line and take your gear to the finish. She also is going to be at the finish line all day. So keep an eye out for her. Look for our flags at the finish line. Don't go missing along the way. Just run down the beach to the flags. There are big dynamic running finish flags for you to spot. It's a long way down the beach. We also would like to thank all our other volunteers because we can't do the event without them. Nobody gets paid for our event. Everyone contributes their time free of charge. So thank you very much. We only have a very small crew of volunteers, 1 or 2 people at a checkpoint, sometimes only 1. So if we have experienced any problems, you pretty much have to wait. So we are quite happy to have 14 teams at the moment, because that means we have got some people hanging around at the checkpoints that if we need it, we could always enlist their support, which we have done in the past. The course is 4 kilometers shorter than normal, so have a good go today. On Sunday, if you're looking for a record, we may have to adjust that. But the original course ran along what's called Twin Bridges. This little loop out along the side there. That's gone. We're not allowed to go through Twin Bridges because of safety reasons. So this year we will just stick to what's called West Black Mountain Road and stay along there. So Quade Road is checkpoint number 3. And, number 3 on this map is Quade Road, which is one of the checkpoints. And number 4 is the top of the bump. That's 17 kilometers. Nobody's been along there because this is the first year we have had to change the course. It is hilly. It is hot as hell. It's an open sclerophyll forest out there, so you're going to get hot, and it's a bit different from before where we ran the Twin Bridges and it was nice and shady and cool and not as steep. So just be aware of that for people that have done the course in the past. You will get water approximately every 5 kilometers. We put out water barrels, so there will be something there for you, but it's unlikely you're going to find any water anywhere else. Like there's not going to be many creeks and things for you to fill up on. Please follow all the normal COVID rules. Turn up at the last minute, get on the start line and go. So the early starters will go at 5 a.m. and the others will leave at 5:30. So just be mindful that we've changed the time from 6 a.m. start to 5:30 a.m. start, just because we're trying to get you out to run fast at the beginning. Run fast at the start when it's nice and cool and it's early. All right. But you will be running along a dirt road, which is very easy underfoot. So in terms of terrain, it's quite easy going. As of this point in time, we've got 46 in the solo and 14 teams. Bit sad, we've lost about 15 people due to COVID. Mandatory gear, you will have one of these 2 bandages. Well, you'll have this bandage, you only need 1, or you'll have this bandage, you'll need 2. You don't have that, you're not running the race. Sorry, you'll be out. We do not have any spare at the start line. Do not forget your gear. Buy the correct gear or buy it from us, because we will give you the right gear. We'll give you a map as well, and you need to bring your own water and your own food. If you do start early, bring a torch. It gets light at about 5:45. So even the 5:30 people, you start in the dark, but you are running on quite an easy underfoot road. You're not going to need a torch for 10 minutes until it gets light. All right, so you'll be fine. But the other guys need a torch. It's a bit dark out there at 5 o'clock. Grab your gear in the morning at the race. Get on the bus we'll send you the list. So check that list. If your name's not on the bus, there's not space for you on the bus. We have Where's the bus here? We've got 8 people to get to the start line. I've got a minivan. I'm driving you up there in the minivan. And we've got another 21 to get to the start line for the people that start at 5:30. So we have to hire a bus. That we'll get a 24-seater, which means we're going to run out pretty soon if we get any other competitors registering for the event. Be on time because we're not waiting for you. Bus is quick, smart, gone. Check in when you get off the bus, you're on the start line going, all right? If you're driving there yourself, just get there 15 minutes before, grab your bib and go. So the relay teams, we like the vehicles to get away early. So once you've dropped your first runner, take the bibs for the other people, because the first runner just needs to have their own bib, and the rest of you go, because we don't want vehicles following the runners and there's cars all over the road and stuff in the morning. So just get away as quick as you can. Drive up to about 13 kilometers. Just check it on your pedometer on your car, and somewhere there look for a safe spot where you can have a handover. It's not a pedantic that you have to go exactly 13 kilometers. The first runner can go 10K for all I care. It doesn't really make a huge difference as long as you have a person on the ground running the whole course. All right, so you can swap runners. You just make sure I know who's going to be on the ground for each of the legs. There's no portaloo, but there is this little bush toilet thing. Oh my goodness, good luck with that. I would recommend you just hold out until you can, this is the end, where's the start? Hold out going to the toilet until you are out in the bush, a few kilometers, and you are in the bush, there's nothing around, and go and do it then. If not, you got to go into this little contraption. It's like a little tent. There's a something you can sit on. It's not very sturdy. There's a bucket inside, and inside the bucket you need to put a bag, and then you need to remove the bag. So the bucket needs to stay clean all the time. We're not cleaning up after you. Bring your rubbish with you when you come out and throw it in the bushes, because you've got a biodegradable bag that you're using. What else? Okay, leave your gear with Heidi. She'll take it to the finish line for you, and pack some warm clothes, because you might be waiting for the bus for a while. There is, I'm sorry, I had to turn the fan off because it was whirling up there, and now I'm sweating. Oops, I'm still talking about this one. So bring some warm clothes and even some money or some snacks in your bag to the finish line, because you may be sitting there waiting for the bus. If you are getting the bus home, there's about 13 people or so on the bus coming back, I think. And we tend to just put you in with anyone going home. So anyone that arrives at the finish line, your family's there to pick you up and take you home. Can you go up to Heidi and say, listen, we got a spare seat in your car. Do you have anyone that's ready to go home? Because that way we can get rid of as many people as possible, rather than them sit at the finish line and wait for hours, so that because we've only got one minivan, all right? So we're only going to do one trip, maybe at the most 2 trips back down to Cairns. So people that are coming back with us, we try to sort you out so that you can go home with someone as quick as possible. Tell Heidi if you're going with someone, because we have the list of names and we're going to go, where is this person? They're missing. Okay, that happened to us in 3 marathons. Someone fell asleep, like literally fell asleep over there behind a log. Nobody knew he was there. The buses had all left. Lucky we were there. We were still there, and the guy woke up and we said, what are you doing here? He goes, oh, well, I'm on the bus, but there's no bus, mate. It's all gone. So please tell us what your plans are so that we don't lose someone. You can put some stuff in the drop boxes, but mostly people are now self-contained. Carry your gear with you that you need. If you need something in that drop box, it's a minimalistic 2 gels and a banana. We give you bananas. You don't even have to have a banana. We give you some nutrition, but you still need to look after yourself. Minimum. Don't put anything in that bag that you want back. You're not going to get your socks and your fancy sunscreen and all this sort of stuff and tablets and whatever, because those boxes don't ever go to the finish line. It comes straight back to my house, and then it goes in the bin. Okay. Get your name ticked off at the checkpoints. The only exception will probably be the highway checkpoint, we tend to let that poor volunteer pack up and leave once the big chunk of people have come through. So if you're a slower runner, that's okay. You just will go through that checkpoint and tick your own name off. That's okay. But it's really no point having a person sit there for 3 hours when there's only about 4 people to come through at the hour, late in the afternoon. So that's the only exception. The teams, please check in to the checkpoint when you come in and check out when you leave, so that we know the teams are all gone and have sorted themselves. All right, so make sure for the teams that's a bit different. The solo runners come in, get your name ticked off. They'll record your time that you arrive. When you're ready, go. Okay, you don't have to get ticked off again. There is water approximately every 5 kilometers. That new section, that 17k from Quaid to the top of the bump, steep hills you're going through there, it's miserable. It's definitely, if it's wet, it's even worse. So you need a 4-wheel drive. From Quaid to the top of the bump, you're not going to get through there in a 2-wheel drive. Don't even think about it. Don't go there. All right. If you have an all-wheel drive, okay, yeah, you probably would get through, but it's very steep, and you have runners on the road and stuff. Dangerous, especially if it's wet. Stay away from there if you can, or drive slowly and carefully. And it's quite open and hot, like I've said. So we will put water barrels out for you. I know it says that cutoff is 3:30. Don't worry about the cutoff, okay? We just put that in because we don't want people coming and walking all day and having a doodle along and taking photographs and having a one-old chat. You're coming to run a race, run the race and get it over with, okay? So we will pull you off the course if we think you are going to hamper our any safety. We don't like anyone, and we never have had anyone on the beach at 6 o'clock when the crocodile, you can't even see the crocodile at that time because it's getting really dark. So, and there are crocodiles out in that area. So you want to be looking on the beach when you're running. Okay, so you need to be seeing where you're going. And we need to get home. Poor Heidi, she's worked all day at the finish line in that wind, and sometimes it rains and sometimes it's windy. And if it's not windy and rainy, then it's hot as hell. All right, so she's had a long day, and so hurry up, get to the finish line so we can get you home. Make sure your bib is recorded. We have had people not run through the flags. There are huge flags at the finish line. Run through the flags, get a click, go up, collect your medal, okay, and make sure your bib number is recorded. We scan you. Well, for this event, we sort of just write it on a piece of paper. All right, but we have had people not come through the finish line, and then there's someone sitting on the side of the thing, and we go, oh, who's that guy over there? Did he run our race? And we go, who are you? We don't even have you recorded as finished. So just check in. If you are a finisher that had come in the top 3, male or female, for this solo, you're going to get a little prize, and the top winning team also gets a prize. If you want a ribbon, we can send those out later. The weather, well, today is only Sunday, so I don't have the weather update up to Sunday next week, but it's going to be hot this time of the year, so you can see the temperatures hovering up there at about 28, and it's probably going to be that as well on race day. You're okay running along Black Mountain Road. It's quite pleasant, and it's reasonable, not cool, but it's quite pleasant weather for up here. It's once you hit the top of the bump and you start going down, then it's hot as hell. The sun's in your face, the wind's in your face. It's miserable. So that's where you need to really be checking that things that you're dealing with the heat. So get some water on your head. Get some sunscreen. If you wear sunscreen, put some sunscreen on. Wear a cap, especially for that last section, because it gets hot and it's flat. Okay, once you hit the bottom of the bump, it's flat. That's hard work running 10k on the road, and in the dirt and through the cane fields and all this sort of stuff. Eventually on little footpaths, and you got 4.7k on the beach when you get there. That's hard sand, so you'll be okay. These documents have all gone out to you already. If you have not received our email, go look for it in your junk box, because we have already sent out 4 emails with all of this information. That competitor information pack gives you the links to all the maps, etc. Right? All the information you need is there. The support crew information is interesting because it gives you the breakdown of what we think arrival times are for the fastest runners and the slower runners. Thank you very much, and we will catch up when I see you on Sunday.